Hello friends and welcome to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. Every Saturday night it's time for Milwaukee Braves baseball at 6 p.m. We're doing the 1963 Milwaukee Braves replay with Payoff Pitch Baseball. Before we get into the game, don't forget to check out channel membership. The link is in the description for this video. You get discounts on the secondary store, free cards created by me every month, and a growing archive of videos for members only. So check that out. All right, in our replay, our 1963 Milwaukee Braves are up to April 19th. This is game number 10 that they are playing tonight. The current record for the Milwaukee Braves in our replay is 7-2, which is identical to what it was in real life. They are in first place by 1/2 game and looking to expand the lead on this trip out east. We are in New York at the Polo Grounds. This is the last season in the Polo Grounds for the METS. Shea Stadium is under construction in 1963. And so this is the swan song for the Polo Grounds. This is the first of a 4-game series. It includes a doubleheader coming up, not next game, but the next two. So games 12 and 13. I think it is. Let me double check that. Now that I've said it, let's double check and make sure that I know what in the world I'm talking about. Yeah, games 12 and 13. The doubleheader will take place on April 21st, 1963. The opposing pitchers in today's game will be right-hander Bob Shaw for the Braves, and he'll be opposed by, I guess you'd say, the ace of the 1963 Mets, Roger Craig. So with no further ado, let's get into the starting lineups for tonight's game. For the visiting Milwaukee Braves, Ty Klein. These are, by the way, the as-played lineups, because if we don't, heads explode all over this great land of ours. These are the pre-printed as-played lineups, which really ought to do the craniums around the great land of ours some good tonight. Pre-printed lineups. Joe Bryan offers the link as a part of the payoff pitch experience, and so I'm printing these babies out. They're very nice. Contain all the ratings and so forth for the cards. All right, so the as-played lineup for manager Bobby Bragan's Milwaukee Braves. Ty Klein leads off in center field. Frank Bowling bats second at second base. Henry Aaron bats third in right field. Eddie Matthews bats fourth. He'll play third base. Norm Larker bats fifth at first base. Lee May bats sixth in left field. Del Crandall bats seventh. He'll play catcher. And Roy McMillan will bat eighth and play shortstop. On the mound with pitcher's hitting card number 3 is Bob Shaw. Bob Shaw in 1963 was 7-11 with a .266 earned run average. He is about to be moved, or actually in a little while, a few weeks, he's going to be moved to the bullpen to be the short man for Bobby Bragan. But he's in the rotation right now, and in our replay, his record is 1-0. For the homestanding New York Mets, Casey Stengel's men, leading off in center field, it's Jim Hickman. Batting second at second base is Ron Hunt. Batting third in right field, Duke Snyder. Batting fourth in left field, Frank Thomas. Batting fifth at first base, Ed Kranepool. Batting sixth at shortstop, Charlie Neal. Batting seventh at third base, Cliff Cook. And batting eighth behind the plate, it's Choo Choo Coleman. On the mound with pitcher hitting card number 3 as well, it's Roger Craig in 1963. He was 5-22 with a 3.78 earned run average, 31 starts, 14 complete games, and a couple of saves, good for 236 innings of work. those are your lineups. To do payoff pitch, we have a couple of D6s and a couple of D10s to help us along. And we also have a fast action deck. And here we go with Ty Klein stepping into the batter's box against Roger Craig. That is going to be an in-play result for Ty Klein. And he pops it up. That's Cliff Cook in fair territory, who's going to take it for out number 1. Frank Bowling up now. Roger Craig kicks and deals. That is a tough result, and it's a ground ball to Ron Hunt. He gloves it and throws to Eddie Cranepool at first base for out number 2 in the first inning. And here's Henry Aaron. The pitch from Craig is a tough result. That is a base hit for Henry Aaron. Goes to left field, drops in front of Frank Thomas. Not that Frank Thomas. And he throws it back in, and it's a 2-out single for the Bravos. Here's Eddie Matthews. Craig the stretch and the delivery to Matthews. That's a patient result. And Matthews takes ball 4. The Braves have 2 on now with 2 outs. And up comes Norm Larker, the first baseman, recently of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Craig the stretch and the delivery is a patient result. And he walks Larker. So the bases are now loaded with 2 outs. It all happened with 2 outs. Up comes a very young Lee May. Not that Lee May, the other Lee May. The Braves left fielder today. Craig the stretch and the delivery is a defense check, and a 66 on the defense check will be an error check for third baseman Cliff Cook. Here's our ballpark card. Cliff Cook's error number is, don't tell me, it is a 1. So he's going to boot this baby on a 1-75. And sure enough, clank off Cliff Cook's glove. Let's see the damage that Cook does to it. No, it's just off his glove for a 1-base error. Scoring is Henry Aaron. Moving to third is Matthews. Moving to second is Larker. And Lee May is on at first. It's 1-0 Braves in the top of the first. Del Crandall comes up. Craig the stretch and the delivery to Dell. That's a tough result. And Crandall lifts it in the air to center field. That's Jim Hickman country. He's going to put it away for out number 3. But the Braves get an unearned run in the top of the first. But they'll take it. On 1 hit, they leave. The base is dripping. We go to the bottom of the first. It's 1-0 Milwaukee. New York against Bob Shaw will send Jim Hickman, Ron Hunt, and Duke Snyder to the plate in inning number 1. The pitch from Shaw to Hickman is a patient result, and that's hit in the air to center. Ty Klein is there for out number 1. Ron Hunt up now, just starting his major league career. The pitch from Bob Shaw. Tough result, and hey, struck him out on the broccoli cauliflower medley. Yes. 2 down, and Duke Snyder. Shaw the stretch, the delivery, that's a tough result, and the Duke grounds it to Roy McMillan at short. He's up with it and throws to Norm Larker. And that's going to retire the Mets in 1-2-3 order in the first inning. We go to the second. It's Milwaukee 1, New York 0. Roger Craig will deal with Roy McMillan, Bob Shaw, and Ty Klein, 8-9-1 batters in the Milwaukee order in the top of the second. Craig kicks and deals. That's in play, and that will be a base hit for Roy McMillan. He's been hot. You can't stop Roy McMillan. You can only hope to contain him. It goes into left field. And Frank Thomas, not that Frank Thomas, throws it back in, and here comes Bob Shaw. Well, I think that Bobby Bragan's going to do what Bobby Bragan would have done and give Bob Shaw the bunt sign. Not a good hitter. So let's see what happens here. The stretch by Craig, the pitch to Shaw. He's going to square to bunt. He is a B bunter. And he gets it down. Good bunter. Tapped in front of home plate. On it is Choo Choo Coleman. He's going to fire down to Ron Hunt covering at first base, and that's going to move Roy McMillan up to scoring position for Ty Klein to take a whack at driving him in. Craig the stretch and the pitch to the 0-for-1 Ty Klein. That's in play. And grounded to Cliff Cook, holding at second is McMillan. And Cook makes the throw successfully to Ed Cranepool at first base. There's 2 down and now bowling. Craig, the stretch and the delivery to bowling is now grounded to Ron Hunt to his left. He gloves it and throws to Cranepool, and that's going to retire Milwaukee in the second. So they get a runner, and they even get him into scoring position, but the Braves can't bring him home. We go to the bottom of 2, and it's 1-0 Milwaukee. Frank Thomas, Ed Cranepool, and Charlie Neal coming up for the Mets in inning number 2. 4, 5, 6 batters against Bob Shaw. Shaw kicks and delivers. That's a patient result to Frank Thomas. He grounds it to Bowling, who cuts it off from going up the middle. Frank plants and throws to Larker, who makes a nice stretch. They get Thomas by 5 steps, and there's 1 down in the second. Shaw kicks and deals. That's a ballpark result. And a 54 is a wheelhouse check. Uh-oh. A hanger to Cranepool. And it's grounded to third, gloved by Eddie Matthews by the bag. He fires to Larker at first, and there's 2 down in the Mets second. Charlie Neal, the shortstop for the Mets, a position they had all kinds of trouble with early in their... Well, actually, they had a lot of positions they had all kinds of trouble with early in their existence. Bob Shaw kicks and deals. That's a tough result. And hey, got Charlie Neal in a bender. Second strikeout, second 1-2-3 inning for Bob Shaw. 6 up and 6 down for him to start the game. We go to the third, and it's Milwaukee 1, New York 0. Aaron, Matthews, and Larker against Roger Craig in the third. Craig kicks and deals. Tough result against Henry Aaron. Hit in the air to right field. Toward the line is Duke Snyder, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Eddie Matthews now. He walked in the first, the pitch. An in-play result for Eddie Matthews. Jam job comebacker to Roger Craig. He's going to throw it to Cranepool for out number 2. Norm Larker also walked in the first. He's up there now. The pitch from Roger Craig to Larker is a ballpark check. That's a 76. And it's in play for Norm Larker. Larker hits it to right field, right at Duke Snyder, who catches it and makes the third out. And we have a 1-2-3 inning for Roger Craig, his first of the game. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Milwaukee 1, Mets 0. Cook, Choo Choo Coleman, and then Roger Craig coming in the Mets third inning. Cliff Cook in there now. Shaw kicks and deals. That's in play, and that's a base hit for Cliff Cook. It goes to left field. And that's the first Mets base runner. Here comes Choo Choo. Braves infield moves to double play depth. Shaw the stretch, and the delivery to Choo Choo is a defense check. And 0-3 is Get to the kitchen. Oh my God, I smell gas. It's a range check. A range check for Bob Shaw. So, let's see how this is going to shake out. He is a fielding C, 1 to 45. He's going to make that play. And, oh no, excuse me. 46 to 99, he's going to make the play. And with an 80, he did make the play. So now we roll the D6s. Shaw gloves it. Goes to Roy McMillan at second for one, and the relay to Larker at first is not in time. Choo-Choo Coleman beats the wrap, and he is safe. Cook is retired 1-6 on the fielder's choice, and here comes Roger Craig. Roger Craig is a C bunter, and I think Casey is going to do what Casey would have done. The pitch. How's that for depth? Shaw the stretch, the pitch to Roger Craig, and he lays down the bunt. This one goes to Bob Shaw. He's going to glove it and throw to Bowling covering at first, and that'll move Choo-Choo to second base with 2 outs. Now it's Hickman. Chance for the Mets to tie the game. Shaw the stretch and the pitch to Hickman. It's a patient result, and he walked him. Not what Bobby Bragan was looking for there. 2 on now with 2 outs for Ron Hunt. He struck out in the first. Shaw the stretch and the delivery to Hunt is a tough result, and that is a 54. Hunt grounds it to Eddie Matthews, who gloves it to his left. He's going to go the short way to Bowling, covering second, and that will retire the Mets in the third. So they get a couple base runners, but can't bring anybody home. We go to the fourth. It's Milwaukee 1, New York 0. At Shea Stadium. Venerable. Do you call it venerable? I don't think in 63, Shea Stadium was anything but venerable. Vulnerable, maybe. Lee May, Del Crandall, and Roy McMillan, 6, 7, 8. Craig kicks and deals to Lee May. That's a defense check. And a 58 on the defense check is an error check for Cliff Cook. And he gets a chance to botch another one, 1 to 75. He does. What does he do with it? Well, this time he's going to throw it in the dirt, and Cranepool can't dig it out. Lee May, the recipient of 2 Cliff Cook errors. This is why you don't move outfielders to third base, my friends. Because it doesn't work very often. Lee May at first with nobody out. Del Crandall up now. Craig the stretch. Del is 0 for 1, the pitch. In play. That is hit in the air to center field. Jim Hickman coming in and makes the catch. Lee May retreats to first, and there's 1 out in the fourth. Roy McMillan up there now. Craig the stretch. The delivery to Roy McMillan. No sign of John Shuck, Susan St. James, or Rock Hudson. And this is a wheelhouse check for Roy McMillan, which is a little cruel. He hits it in the air to left field. That's Frank Thomas with room, and he's going to put it away for out number 2. Now it's Bob Shaw with Lee May still at first. Craig winds and delivers. A patient result. And Bob Shaw lines this one into the gap in center field. Gonna split Thomas and Jim Hickman and roll to the wall. Lee May is going to score all the way from first base. Bob Shaw cruises into second. We got a bug on a rug. Except there's no rug at Shea Stadium. And it's 2-0 Milwaukee as Shaw doubles. Now it's Ty Klein. Roger Craig the stretch, and the delivery is in play. Hitting the air to left. Frank Thomas in a few steps, puts it away for out number 3. The Braves plate another unearned run, but they're going to take it. After 3.5 innings of play, it's Milwaukee 2, New York nothing. Meat of the Mets order is coming up in the bottom of the 4th, if that's the expression that I'm really looking for. Duke Snider, Frank Thomas, and Ed Kranepool are coming to the plate. For Casey Stengel's men, Shaw winds and deals. It's a patient result. Ground ball. No, it's not. It's hit in the air to Ty Klein into right center. Makes a nice running catch for out number 1. Shaw has allowed 1 hit. He has walked a batter. He has struck out 2. The pitch from Shaw is tough result. And it's grounded to Norm Larker at first. He's going to take it all by his lonesome for out number 2. Now it's Ed Kranepool. Bob Shaw kicks and deals to Mr. Met. That's in play, and that's a base hit for Ed Kranepool. Goes to center field. Ty Klein gets it back in, and with 2 outs, the Mets have a runner. Here's Charlie Neal. Second hit for New York. The pitch from Shaw to Neal is in play. Hit in the air to left. Gonna drive Lee May back a few steps, but he's got room, and he puts it away for out number 3. The Mets get a hit, but leave him. We go to the 5th with your score. Milwaukee 2, New York nothing. Bowling, Aaron, and Matthews coming up in the Milwaukee 5th. Bowling is 0 for 2. Roger Craig winds and delivers. It's a tough result, and he hits it to left toward the line. Frank Thomas on the run is there for out number 1. Henry Aaron is 1 for 2, and he's up there now with 1 out in the 5th. Craig kicks and deals. This is a tough result. Hey, struck out Aaron on a bender. That is strikeout number 1 for Roger Craig. And there's 2 outs in the 5th for Eddie Matthews. Eddie is 0 for 1. The pitch is a defense check. That's a 92. An error check for Jim Hickman. Jim Hickman's error number in center field is a 2. So let's see what happens here. 1 to 60. Something bad's going to happen. And he makes the catch for out number 3. Woo-wee. Snow cone job for Jim Hickman. We're halfway through this one. It's Milwaukee 2 and New York nothing. Bob Shaw cutting through the Mets like a hot knife through butter. Cliff Cook, Choo Choo Coleman, and Roger Craig coming up in the bottom of the 5th for New York. Cook is 1 for 1. Shaw winds and deals. This is a tough result, and hey, struck him out. Baked beans. Gas. Choo Choo is up there now. He's 0 for 1. Bob Shaw winds and delivers. It's an in-play result for Choo Choo, but it's lofted to left. Lee May with all kinds of room and time and makes the catch for out number 2. Roger Craig up there now. The pitch to Roger is a defense check. That's a 97. Hit to right field. Henry Aaron is an error check. That would be an error 3. And 54 to 99. He's going to make that play, and he does not make the play. Aaron, it drops for a single, and then he fumbles it. Going to second is Roger Craig on the single and the E9. He's in scoring position for Jim Hickman. We're in the bottom of the 5th. There's 2 outs. Shaw, 1 pitch away from getting out of the mess. The stretch, the delivery patient result, and he walked Hickman. 2 on with 2 outs for the Mets, and the youngster Ron Hunt comes to the plate. Duke Snider would be next. The pitch from Shaw to Hunt is in play, and he pops it up. Eddie Matthews in fair territory is going to take it for out number 3. We go to the 6th. Your score, Milwaukee 2, New York nothing. Larker, May, and Crandall, lefty, lefty, righty, ready to come up against Roger Craig. All right. Larker is 0 for 1. The pitch from Roger Craig is in play. That is hit to center field. This is going to drive Hickman back, but that's the one spot in the park you can't go deep. And Hickman makes the catch for out number 1. Lee May is 0 for 2. The pitch is a tough result to Lee May. Grounded to Ron Hunt. He gloves it and throws to Cranepool for out number 2. Del Crandall is 0 for 2. Roy McMillan would be next. The pitch to Del is grounded to Charlie Neal. Charlie gloves it, throws to Cranepool, and that retires the Braves 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. And that's also 7 in a row retired by Roger Craig. We go to the bottom of 6 with your score, Milwaukee 2, New York nothing. Bob Shaw's fatigue inning is going to be ignored for the moment anyway because he's throwing a shutout. He's allowed 2 runs or less. The pitch from Shaw to Snider. It's Snider, Thomas, and Cranepool coming up for the Mets in the 6th. The pitch from Shaw is a patient result for the Duke, and he grounds it to Roy McMillan. From the hole, McMillan plants and throws to Larker for out number 1 in the 6th. Here's Frank Thomas, 0 for 2 today. The pitch from Shaw to Thomas is also a patient result. This is grounded to Roy McMillan. Roy gloves it, plants, and throws to Larker for out number 2. Ed Cranepool is 1 for 2 today. Has one of the 3 Mets hits off of Shaw. The pitch from Bob Shaw to Cranepool, and he's got another one. This one's going to be trouble. It's down the line into the right field corner. It would be a bug on a rug if we had a rug. Aaron's got to go get it. Cranepool goes into second with a 2-out double, and now Charlie Neal comes up. He's 0 for 2. Bottom of the 6th action, 2-0 Milwaukee. The pitch from Shaw. Hey, struck out Neal, and that's going to retire the side. He got him on the pork and beans. Gas. We go to the 7th with your score, Milwaukee 2, New York nothing. McMillan, Shaw, and Klein coming up in the Braves order. And that's 8-9-1. Roy McMillan is 1 for 2. Roger Craig kicks and deals. That's a tough result. And it's grounded to Ed Cranepool. To his right, he gloves it and feeds Craig covering for out number 1. Bob Shaw at the plate now. 1 for 1. Drove in a run in the 4th. The pitch from Craig is hit to right. Dying Quail. Duke Snider coming on for out number 2. Ty Klein up. He's got an 0 for 3 collar working. The pitch from Craig is a tough result. And hey, struck him out on the broccoli cauliflower medley with a little nacho cheese. Gas. Time to stretch him out at the Polo Grounds. Set bottom of the 7th coming with your score, Milwaukee 2, New York nothing. It's Cook, Choo-Choo, and Craig. The 3 C's, 7, 8, 9, coming up in the Mets 7th. Cliff Cook. We're in that you know, that tough call for pinch hitter use zone, the bottom of the 7th and the bottom of the batting order. But I'm going to wait and let Cook bat here. Shaw winds and deals to Cliff Cook. That's a tough result. Yes, a tough result. Ground ball, Roy McMillan. He cuts it off from going up the middle. And he makes the throw to Larker for out number 1. Here comes Choo Choo. Shaw winds and deals to Choo Choo Coleman. That's a patient result, and he walked him. And that is going to spell the end of Roger Craig in this ball game because the Mets have a chance to score. If there were 2 outs, I might let him bat, but there aren't. There's 1 out and 1 on for the Mets here in the bottom of the 7th. So we're going to get a pinch hitter, if that's the term I'm looking for. Boy, oh boy. Marv Throneberry is going to bat for Roger Craig. In the Mets bullpen, we will have a relief pitcher starting to throw. Roger Craig went 7 innings. He allowed 3 hits, victimized by his defense, and more particularly victimized by Cliff Cook. Otherwise, he'd be matching Bob Shaw pitch for pitch. He allowed 2 walks, he struck out 2, allowed 2 runs, and neither of them is earned. All right, in the bullpen for the Mets. We got Bowling, Aaron, and Matthews coming up, so it's going to be Larry Bernarth going to pitch the 8th. But first, we got to deal with Marvelous Marv. No action in the Braves bullpen. Double play depth for the infield. Shaw the stretch, the delivery to Marv is a defense check. That's a 43. It's an error check for Norm Larker. Norm Larker's error number is a 2. So 61 to 99, he's going to escape with no trouble, and he has trouble. Let's see what kind of trouble it is. It's a 1-base error, a clank off his glove. It rolls toward Bowling, and nobody's going to have a play. So Marvelous Marv gets himself on base, and there's 2 on now with 1 out for Hickman. Now some action is going to start in the Braves bullpen. And everybody's rested. So we're going to get Claude Ramon and Dan Schneider, the phenom, lefty-righty, double-barreled action, just the way Bobby Bragan likes it whenever he's in the Big Apple. Going to start throwing in the Braves bullpen. Here's Jim Hickman, the Braves defense, looking for a double play. Shaw the stretch, and the pitch to Hick is a tough result. That's a 40, and hey, struck him out. He humped up on that fastball. There's 2 gone now, and Hunt comes to the plate. He's got an 0 for 3 going. Bob Shaw the stretch, and the delivery to Ron Hunt is in play. Did he get it? He did. It's a base hit for Hunt into center field. Around third and scoring is Choo Choo. And Marvelous Marv is going to stop at second. So it's 2-1 Braves now, and Duke Snyder comes up. Schneider is ready, and I could go to the phenom right here, or stick with Shaw. I'm going to stick with Shaw for the moment. Duke Snyder in there. It's Throneberry at second, Hunt at first, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, 2-1 Milwaukee. The pitch to Shaw is a tough result, and hey, struck out the Duke. Strikeout number 6, and that gets him out of the 7th inning jam. And Norm Larker really set the jam up, if you know what I mean. And I'm not talking about getting a bunch of musicians together to play. Okay. So, we're going to the 8th. We're getting a new Mets pitcher. And it's going to be Larry Bernarth. Larry Bernarth was a right-handed pitcher in 1963, 58 games, 2 starts, 4 saves, 126 innings. He will bat in the 9 spot for Casey Stengel. Braves would love an insurance run, or as they say in Central Illinois, insurance. It's Bowling, Aaron, and Matthews, righty, lefty in the Braves' 8th against Bernarth. The pitch to Frank is in play and hit to right. Duke Snyder in his tracks is going to put this one away. For out number 1, the Braves have stopped hitting. Craig only allowed them 3 hits, and the Mets pitching has now retired 11 in a row. And 13 of the last 14 going back to Cliff Cook's unsightly 4th inning error. Aaron 1 for 3. The pitch from Bernarth is a patient result, and he walks Aaron. Well, maybe this will lead to something. Casey's going to get action going in the bullpen again. It's Don Skid Row, and yeah, we'll just get Skid Row up. Skid Row's throwing, and Eddie Matthews comes to the plate. 1 out, 1 on for Milwaukee in the 8th. 2-1 Braves. Good game. Payoff pitch. Matthews is 0 for 2. The pitch from Bernarth is a patient result, and he walks Eddie Matthews. So the Braves have 2 runners with 1 out in the 8th. Brings up Larker at 0 for 2 on the day. Maybe Bernard's last batter. The stretch and the delivery to Larker is in play. Hit to center. Under it is Hickman. Aaron. Am I going to send Aaron? It's a short fly. Hickman comes in, makes the catch. Aaron's got a hold. Lee May comes to the plate. Skid Row is ready, but they're going to try and get through this inning with Bernarth. Lee May is 0 for 3. The pitch from Larry Bernarth is an in-play result. Hit in the air to right. Back goes Duke Snyder in front of the track. Makes the catch for out number 3. So the Braves threaten but do not score in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Milwaukee 2, New York 1. Thomas, Cranepool, and Neal coming up for the Mets. And, not Snyder. Snyder made the 3rd out. So it's Thomas, Cranepool, and Neal. Bob Shaw hanging on. The pitch is a patient result, and he walks Frank Thomas. Here comes Cranepool. Well. He's 2 for 3, but he's also a decent bunter. I don't know what Casey would do. And I'm going to try and get Shaw through this inning and then pinch hit for him in the 9th. So the stretch by Shaw, the delivery to Cranepool, he squares to bunt. And he gets this down as well. It goes to Bob Shaw. Shaw fires to Bowling, covering at first. And that'll move Thomas to second with 1 out. Tying run in scoring position for the Mets. for Charlie Neal, who's got an 0 for 3 collar going, including a couple of strikeouts. And I'm going to pinch run at this point for Frank Thomas with Rod Keneal. And try and get that tying run home. For the Mets, here's Charlie Neal. The stretch by Shaw, and the pitch is a patient result. It's grounded to Roy McMillan. Holding at second is Keneal. The throw to first to Larker is in time to get Charlie by a step. It's going to bring up Cliff Cook. Boy, this bench is brutal. I'm going to let Cook bat. I mean, if I burn Harkness now, well, you know what? I'll use Harkness. All right, here comes Harkness. Here we go. Thomas is out. Yeah, I'm going to use Harkness to bat for Cliff Cook. Which is not a huge difference, but we'll see if it matters. Harkness is in there. Now the Braves could go to the Phenom, Schreiber, but I'm going to still try and get Shaw through the inning. Choo-Choo would be next. Rod Keneal is in scoring position. Bob Shaw, the stretch, and the pitch is a patient result. And that's a base hit. For Tim Harkness, that will score Keneal with the tying run. And Tim Harkness comes through with a pinch hit single to tie this ball game. Bobby Bragan is out of the dugout, and he wants the Phenom, Dan Schneider, to put out the fire. It's going to be a double switch. Schneider is coming in to pitch. Lee May is coming out of left field. Schneider will bat in the 6th spot. Bob Shaw's night is done. You can put a fork in him. And we're going to get a new left fielder, and that's going to be... that's going to be Mac Jones. And he will bat in the 9 spot. So I waited a batter too long to go to the Phenom. And the Mets have tied the game. All right, so Shaw and May are out. Schneider and Jones are in. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Choo-Choo comes to the plate. Now, Choo-Choo's a left-handed batter. So I could go to the right-handed hitting somebody. Boy. Now that I used Harkness, of course, Harkness is a left-handed batter. So it's going to be Norm Sherry, the right-handed version of their catching platoon, to bat for Choo-Choo. Choo-Choo's done. It's Harkness at first. Now we could run for him. I'm going to need another third baseman. Maybe that'll be Keneal. Actually, that will be Keneal. So I don't have to... See how slow he is. He's a 6. Well, it could be worse. Yeah, so we'll be okay on defense. Yeah, I can have Keneal play there. Okay, so we don't need a runner. Schneider is going to pitch to Sherry. Harkness on first. There's 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 8th, and the score is 2-2. It's ballet time. Schneider the stretch and the delivery. It's in play. And a base hit for Sherry. Stopping at second will be Harkness. Ty Klein gets it in quickly, and there's 2 on now with 2 outs. And Larry Bernarth is due. Well, that's going to be bad news for Larry Bernarth. We're going to hit for him. I can't believe I'm getting productivity off this Mets bench because, let me tell you, it's grim. Oh, man. Al Moran, and you got to be careful how you say that. Al Moran is going to bat for Bernarth against the phenom Dan Schneider. Harkness at second, Sherry at first, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, 2-2 game. Schneider the stretch, the pitch to Al Moran. In play, base hit for Moran. Are you kidding me? We can wave him. So let's see what happens here. It's a single for Moran. Harkness has a base running rating of a 6, and so the single is going to score Harkness from second base. Sherry stops at second. It's 3-2 Mets. And the Braves are in the process of gagging up the ball game. That's going to do it for the phenom. And it's going to be Claude Ramon to try and stop throwing gas on the fire. He'll face Hickman. Ramon will bat in the 6th spot. And that's it for the phenom. 2 batters, 2 hits, and an inherited run scores. Actually, yeah. All right, so still 2 outs. Ramon is in 45 games, 5 saves, 53 innings. He was 4-6 with a .540 earned run average. Hickman at the plate. Mets lead 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch from Ramon is a tough result, and hey, struck out Hickman on the gas. But the Mets scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th on 3 hits, and they leave 2. A deadly leadoff walk also contributed to the carnage. All right, so now we got a whole lot of accounting work here to do. Don Skid Row is going to be your new pitcher. And he was a left-hander. All right, but that's not the worst of it because we got to figure out who's playing where. So it's going to be Keneal playing third base in the top of the 9th. Harkness will play first base in the top of the 9th. Sherry's going to take over the catching duties. And let's see what kind of defense Al Moran was playing. Oh my goodness, that's not good. So he's not going to be in there. Skid Row is going to bat in the 9 spot, and we'll leave Charlie Neal at shortstop. All righty, so I think we got everybody now. Your Mets defense will be in the outfield, Cranepool in left, Hickman in center, Snyder in right, and the catcher will be Sherry. First to third will be Harkness, Hunt, Neal, and Keneal. All right, we got it all covered. Now it's Skid Row, 26 games, one of them a start in 1963. 54 innings, no record, a 4.28 earned run average. Del Crandall is going to lead off. He'll be followed by Roy McMillan and then Mac Jones unless we go to the bench, which I'm thinking is going to happen at some point here soon, like right now. All right, so we're going to get a pinch hitter. And nobody apparently liked to hit left-handers for the Braves in 1963, so yeah, I'm going to let Crandall bat. Crandall's going to bat, and then I'll run for him if he gets on. Don Skid Row winds and deals. This is a tough result and a base hit. Are you kidding me? For Del Crandall, who hit 185 against lefties. All right, now we're going to run for him. Let's see what we got for speed on the bench. And we got nothing faster than Dell. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We got Dennis Menke. Dennis Menke is going to run for Crandall with the potential tying run. All right. So Crandall is out. Menke is at first. Roy McMillan comes up. Now, you would think to yourself, under normal circumstances, you'd think, oh, Roy McMillan, pretty good bunter. Well, no. No. So, he's just an average bunter. And, yeah, we'll try it. All right. We'll play for the tie here. Playing a terrible team, but you're on the road. You're going for the win. Let's pull him. He's actually pretty good against lefties, so I'm going to let him bat. Nah, we got a bunt. We got a bunt. All right, here we go. Roll the stretch, the pitch to McMillan. It's going to be bunted to out in front of home plate, and it's a disaster. Sherry fires down to Charlie Neal. They get the force on Menke at second, and I lose my pinch runner and give up an out. Mac Jones is due. He's not going to bat against the left-hander, so we're going to the bench. And it's going to be Joe Torre to bat for Mac Jones. Not the terror against left-handers he would later become, but he's the best we got, so it's going to happen. Row to Torre with McMillan at first. Should I steal with McMillan? Let's see what he's got for wheels in 1963. Not much. Okay, so it's Torre against Row. The pitch, Row, the stretch, and the delivery is a ballpark check. And it's a wheelhouse result for Joe Torre. He hung one to Torre. Torre, oh my God. Grounds it to Charlie Neal. Now, can the Mets turn a rally-killing, soul-crushing 6-4-3 double play to end the game? I think they can. Torre's a 9, Rose an 8. And there it is. Neal to Hunt to Harkness for a 6-4-3 rally-killing, soul-crushing double play to end the ball game. Let's give you the totals. This one's a heartbreaker. This one's a real punch to the gut. Mets 3, Braves 2 for the victorious homestanding Mets. 3 runs, 8 hits, and they committed 2 Cliff Cook errors and lived to tell the story. For the Braves, 2 runs on 4 hits. There's your ball game right there. They couldn't hit Roger Craig. And they committed 2 errors. One by Larker, one by Aaron. The losing pitcher is Bob Shaw. He drops to 1-1. The winning pitcher is Larry Bernarth. I said Larry Bernarth is the winning pitcher. Braves' record is now 7-3 in their first 10 games in our replay. Our next game will be April 20th, 1963. It'll be game 11, and it's going to feature Warren Spahn against Al Jackson, a pair of left-handers. Yeah, Al Jackson was a lefty. A pair of left-handers as the Braves battle the Mets in Game 2 of this 4-gamer in the Polo Grounds. Thank you for being with me. Don't forget to check out channel membership on the link in my video, in the description for this video. Have a great evening. Final score from the Polo Grounds. Mets 3, Braves 2. So long, everybody.